lift halfway on your inhale breath. Exhale, chaturanga, step or jump back, lower down. Upward facing dog, inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, we're coming into dolphin pose. So you can lower to your knees or just come right down to your elbows. Look forward at your forearms. Make sure the space between your elbows and your wrists is parallel. So trying to encourage that shape. From there, tuck your toes. You can lift your hips, maybe walk your feet in a little bit at a time. Get your hips higher. And as you find your hips coming higher, notice the challenge is to keep the crown of the head high away from the floor. So you're pushing the floor away. You might choose here to lift one foot, maybe the opposite foot, maybe both feet lift. If you take balance in your practice, go ahead. Just notice the breath. If it becomes restrained, see if you can find the balance to the inhale and your exhale. Good. And gently release down. Coming back to your downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. And taking both of your feet together at the back of your mat. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. We're gonna come into side plank, Vashisthasana. Your right hand stays down, left arm reaches up. Pressing the floor away, keep your right collarbone broadening, opening. Feel the heel of your right palm drawing towards your right hip, lengthening through both sides of your waist. Modification, you can drop your right knee to the floor. Maybe if you'd like, you can even lift your left leg. With a knee on the floor, that's available as well. Good. Gently release the left leg, left hand down, make your way back plank pose. Good. Keeping your feet together at the back of the mat, exhale back, downward facing dog. Allow yourself the opportunity to release the shoulders. Keep the feet together at the back of the mat, inhale, forward plank. This time the left hand stays down, right arm reaches up. Side plank. Feel the tailbone drawing towards your heels. Carry the ribs into the body, maybe shifting your gaze towards your right hand. Taking any modifications you need, maybe lifting the right leg away from the left. Still breathing. Notice any shaking in the body, that's okay. Just keep the breath steady. Beautiful. Left hand releases down, left foot down. Find your plank pose. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, come forward plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga, upward facing, inhale, and exhale, downward facing dog. You can rest here in child's pose. Take a few moments to allow the upper body to release. Let your shoulders to relax. Making your way to your downward facing dog. Walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Look forward towards the front of your mat. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or jump, feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming up, reach up, palms press. And exhale, rest your arms by your side. Go ahead and take a little bit of space between your feet at the top of the mat. Just a little space, so about right underneath your hips, 2 fist distance between your feet or less. Take your left hand to your left hip. You're going to reach up for your right big toe or maybe the shin bone just below the knee. Working eventually the left leg straight, stand up nice and tall. Connect, bring the right shoulder blade in line with the left. Good, and then we're going to open the leg to the right, turning the inside edge of your thigh bone open towards the ceiling. Follow your gaze over the left shoulder, perhaps if you feel steady. Hips and shoulders are both pointing forward. Still breathing. Good. Come back through to center on your inhale. And then we're going to find our way into Natrajasana, dancer's pose. Bend your right knee, draw your right thigh bone towards the left thigh bone. See if you can square the hips off here. Reaching for the inner arch of your right foot. Left arm reaches out in front of you, palm towards the floor. Go ahead and kick back into your right hand. Feel your toes reaching towards the ceiling. So the lift of the leg here is coming as a result of a kick into the back hand. Good. Feel the energy from the top of your foot all the way through the quadricep, through the crown of your head. Gaze is steady, breath is steady, and gently release lower down. Good. Left foot down. Find your space between the feet. Ground down now through your right foot, left leg lifts, finding the big toe or the shin bone below the knee. Good, right hand to the right hip, feel the engagement or the connection to bandhas here. Standing up nice and tall, draw your left shoulder back in line with the right, and then feel the inner seam of your pants on the left thigh roll open towards the ceiling. So you're creating external rotation of the hip before taking your leg out to the left, gaze to the right. The tendency is for the left hip to draw out behind you, and then the right hip follows. So see if you can square hips and shoulders towards the front. Find your gaze, your breath steady. Come back through to center. Inhale, exhale, bend your left knee, reach for the inner arch of your foot, changing your grip. If you come out of it, it's okay. It's meant to challenge your balance. Go ahead and kick back into the left hand, press the top of the foot into the hand, your gaze is steady over your right fingertips. Feel the reach of the toes coming up towards the ceiling. Your gaze is steady, your breath is steady. Take one more breath. Good, gently release. And back to stand. Beautiful. Inhale.